Okay, welcome back. And here we are with a great guest, Pete Christensen, who is a comedian and author. And where you at?
I'm in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. That's right between Santa Fe and Albuquerque.
So you're a comedian, but you actually were born and raised in Kenosha.
I was actually born in Tomahawk, Wisconsin, which is if you go to Madison and go straight north, the only thing past that is Rhinelander, and then they start speaking French Canadian. But my family moved to Kenosha when I was 3, so I decided to go with them.
And what are your memories of Kenosha?
I come from a family of 10 kids. You know, every man likes to dip in a pool, but my old man was apparently an Olympic swimmer. I went to Prairie Lane grade school and then Tremper High School. I dropped out of Tremper my junior year, got a job on a ship and traveled around the North Atlantic. Came back and got my, graduated from high school and then graduated from Gateway Tech. And I moved to Milwaukee where I started performing, and I got my degree from Institute of Broadcast Arts and Cardinal Stritch University.
So what made you decide to go into comedy?
I was a very typical comedian, insecure, middle-aged children. It's a large family, so you're always seeking attention. And we're a very poor farm family, so I couldn't buy things and fix things for my family, but I could make them laugh and alleviate their suffering a little bit. It's a very natural thing. You find a lot of comics are either from large families or from poor families. It was also, for me, it was a creative outlet as well.
We are in this pandemic right now. How are you holding up with this pandemic?
Well, for me, it's I was booked to do, once I moved to Rio Rancho, I became an actor. I've been in 49 pictures, and I was booked to do 8, and everything shut down. So I'm sheltering in place. I'm getting every house project you could ever think of done. And I write for a humor magazine in the Midwest called Saloon and Spoons. So that's shut down right now too. So I'm writing ahead for those articles. I'm writing another book. I've written and published 4 books, all available on Amazon. The best of which, in my opinion, is called Sandcastles and Songbirds. The book I'm writing now is an autobiography called Nobody's Grandpa. And I'm kind of concentrating on that right now.
Do you ever come back to Kenosha?
Well, I was coming back every year to work at Summerfest.
Oh.
I would see all my friends perform there. I think I performed there for something like 26 years in a row. But I didn't last year. I turned them down last year, and I don't think I'll do it again because there's so much production going on here. Netflix and Universal and NBC all film here. And during the summer, that's when all the jobs come in. Last summer, I was in the Tom Hanks movie News of the World, which because of the pandemic, because the theaters are closed, they haven't released it, but they will be released next year. And I'm scheduled to be in a Western. That's why I have the long hair right now. I'm scheduled to be in a Western called The Harder They Fall. So I have to keep the locks up for that. But I like to come home once a year and visit with everyone. That's a lot of fun to see my relatives and friends. For 5 years, from 2014 to 2019, I had a house in Nakusa, Wisconsin, and a house in Tucson, which was perfect because by the time all my relatives in Wisconsin got sick of me, I'd go to Tucson for the winter. And by the time all my friends were sick of me in Tucson, I'd go back to Wisconsin.
And so you've written a book. So where did that all come into play, you being an author?
Writing for me is a creative outlet, but it also helps pay the bills. I enjoy writing, especially the way that you can bring stories to life. And I found that writing articles, you're basically writing humor in little snips and pieces. But when you write a whole novel, you just outline 28 stories and put it together. I wrote Sandcastles and Songbirds is 419 pages. I wrote that in 3 months, just knocked it out. You know, but the most important thing about writing, find yourself a comfortable space to write. You know, have your coffee and your water and a nice comfortable chair and a nice quiet place, and always go there at the same time. So you look forward to it.
If somebody wanted to get into the movie business or stand-up comedians, what advice would you give them?
Um, what I would say to any stand-up comedian, because I worked with ELO, Larry Carlton, B.B. King, Drew Carey, Dennis Miller, Billy Crystal, you name it. And what I found was all but a few of those people were very, very nice people. Be real nice on the way up because you meet the same people on the way down. Number two, there are too many hacked, dirty comics right now. If you look at the biggest comics in America, Billy Crystal, Jay Leno, David Letterman, they all look pretty clean. And that's easier said than done, but I would like to do work where I know adjectives that don't begin with F. I don't want to embarrass people and laugh out of embarrassment. I actually want them to like the joke. If you've watched the program Modern Family, they're real good at joke on joke. While one guy is telling a joke, there's something funny happening in the background. I love that because you've layered the performance. I think that's important.
If somebody will want more information of learning about you, do you have like a website or a Facebook presence that they can follow?
Oh, well, as I said, when the pandemic slows down and things open up, you can read my articles all around the Midwest in a humor magazine called Saloons and Spoons. You can see me in a Tom Hanks movie, News of the World. And you can see me on my website or on Facebook. I knock out 10 jokes a day just as a writing practice if they want to check them out,
Well, we thank you so much, Pete, for talking with us today. You're just a great comedian and actor and performer and writer. And thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I want to plug somebody if I can real quick.
Sure.
First of all, I want to thank you. And you had a great looking set. That's great.
Thanks.
But I also want to plug, you got a local guy there in Kenosha called Dobie Maxwell. Funniest guy on the face of the earth. If you get a chance, go see his show. This guy's hilarious. Good person too, as you are. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again.
All right. Thank you, Pete.